Hello. So it says one person is waiting. Very good. It's always nice to have one person watching. How are you doing? I was eating some Swedish gummy. I'll show you. And it got stuck in my teeth a little bit, which was why I'm making a face like this. So, I guess I'll wait a little bit, see if some more people will join. I mean, I can do the stream even if no one is watching, and then people will probably watch afterwards. But would be more fun if a few people were joining. You know what? This is gonna be funny for the people watching afterwards. I think the one person watching right now is myself because I have the stream up just to I have YouTube open just so I can see what the stream looks like. And it says right now that one person is watching. So that's me. Hey there, listener. Which is me. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Yeah. Well, this is awkward. I don't think I've ever had a stream where no one is watching. This might be the first one. Guess people are on summer breaks, doing all that fun summer vacation stuff, out swimming in the sea, on a beach somewhere. That sounds nice. Well, we'll see if some people will join. I'll just talk a little bit before I start playing the songs. So last month I went to my home country, Sweden. I live in Japan now, but I went to Sweden for 3 weeks and visited my family. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. My mom and dad, they live at a place where they have a pool, which all the people living around that area can use. So I was swimming in the pool, and then we also went to a lake, and I swam in a lake, and then I also swam in the sea. So I did all the 3 outdoor swimming activities that you could do. I made it! Hello, Magma. How are you doing? I think you're the first one joining. Oh, no, wait. Now there's 2 people watching. Very cool. Good. That's good to hear. Was there something I wanted to say about my trip to Sweden? Oh, yeah. The video I uploaded yesterday, I uploaded a short. It's me playing ukulele. Yeah. I was playing guitars and ukuleles and pianos a lot where I was there, and then I was testing if I could play Ike Baby on it, and I could. So I uploaded a short video of me playing Ike Baby on ukulele, so you can check it out on my YouTube channel. Well, today. Well, okay, so I came back from Sweden 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago. Well, almost 2 weeks ago, yeah. And going there, you get jet lagged, and then going back, you get jet lagged again. So it has taken me a while to get back to normal rhythm. But now I feel like I'm back, and so I'm trying to get back to how I normally do things now in Japan, to my daily routines and stuff. There's a lot of things I want to do. My family is very a lot of my siblings, they also play music or sing or make songs and this kind of things. So when I was in Sweden, I was talking to them about different things we should record or arrange or do something like that. And it's things I really want to do. But then I got my Robotprins songs and I got different projects going on. So now, if I'm going to be able to do various stuff like this, it's very important to somehow organize it so that I have time for everything and know when I can do it. So today, this morning, I was working on, writing down stuff and make sure I have a way of being able to work on different things. Set some kind of date for myself when to finish it, but also many things, they don't take that much time to do, but it's always on your mind, and sometimes it's just better to do it. But to do it, I need to write it down, like what day am I gonna do it, and then I just decide to do it, and then you can check it off, and now you don't need to think about it anymore. So I want to be better at this, at organizing stuff I need to do. About Icky Baby, the remix is probably going to take a lot longer because one part is very difficult for me to reverse engineer, plus school starting for me. Yep. That's how it is. You make a plan, and then you realize that something is difficult, and then you figure out how to do it later. Anyway, so let's I will do this stream even though it doesn't seem that many people are joining right now. I will just continue with the songs and talk about this EP, because I think people will watch this stream afterwards. It's kind of funny, when I was in Sweden, I didn't think my mom and dad was watching my streams, but they are sometimes. And then they were talking about it. It's like, oh, it was interesting watching that stream about the Potato album, and like they thought it was interesting. Yeah, you never know who is watching. A lot of people could be watching the stream. So, the album that I'm going to be talking about today, and if you haven't seen these streams before, recently I decided to do a live stream listening to the different EPs and albums that I have made, because I've made quite a few. And it would be fun to revisit them for myself, but also listen to it with you guys and see what you think about them, which songs you like, or like how you experience these songs. And I also want to share the story behind the albums and some thoughts that I have about it. So this album we're going to listen to today is called Mechanical Love Fighters, and it's the 5th EP I made. And this EP is the first one that I mixed myself. The other EPs before this, I think all of them were mixed by my Japanese friend, Jun Kudo. But this one I mixed myself. So it was a new experience for me, mixing. I think it sounds pretty good though. It sounds decent. And it's chiptune, so it's not too it's not maybe too difficult to mix compared to some other music. Hey Prince, it's good to be back streaming. Yes. Yes. I want to try to do a stream a week like I have been doing in the past. And for the foreseeable future, I will be doing these kind of album live streams. All right. So, Mechanical Love Fighters is the 5th EP, and let's start with the first song. So before we listen to each song, I will read a short story about that song. Some of you guys like that and others don't, but anyway, I wanted to do this, so let's enjoy this. And this story is written by my cousin. He has written all the stories for Robotprins. I really like his stories, so here we go. Flight north-northwest. Upon returning from his chilly and eventful vacation, Robotprins finds a mysterious note evilly nailed to the front door of his mechanical house. At first, this worries Robotprins, but when he reads the message, he notices to his surprise that it's one of a joyful nature. The note reads, "Hello, Mr. Stupid Robotprins. There is a cool present waiting for you in the far north-northwest, so come get it ASAP. Idiot. This is not a trap and totally a real gift. XXOO, not Undman. PS, the gift is even cooler if you come unarmed. DS." What a thoughtful and weird message, Robotprins thinks to himself without doubting the sender's true identity or purpose. Robot Pudding, on the other hand, is not a moron and tries to warn Robotprins with various ominous bleeps and bloops. But before the tiny robotic desert manages to produce any sound, Robotprins grabs him and puts him to compass mode. This disables all of Robot Pudding's features and turns him into nothing more than your run-of-the-mill compass. After Robotprins figures out his course, he opens up a big box he bought on his way home from the mountains. The contents are something amazing, and as we all know, amazing things are usually jetpacks. Robotprins straps it on and flies with great speed and wonder through the blue skies in the cardinal direction north-northwest. Alright, so now let's listen. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I am prepared here for myself so I can listen to it too. Let's listen to the first song. Flight north-northwest. All right, I'll read some comments. The EP streams are just to lead up to Robotprins' final battle against Geo once he gains enough power. That's right, that's the plan. But unfortunately, I won't be watching the stream long because I'm going to my Tia's house for her birthday. So yeah, but I will be watching the next stream. Okay, thanks for joining anyway. Yeah. I guess Tia is the name of your friend. I like how the chiptune melody sounds like the song has lyrics. Yeah, this one, you could put lyrics to this one. That would work, I think. So, some initial thoughts. I think when I made this song, I wanted it to sound like it's now things are peaceful. Robotprins is back to normal. Not much like special is happening, but then I also wanted to have a little bit of the, like, part of it sounds a little bit like Frosty Frolic, so that's probably why I made the bridge the way I made it, to sort of it reminds you of Frosty Frolic a little bit. Yeah, and then there is the part there where you hear Undman's theme. So it's because there was an evil note nailed on his door, so it refers to that. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next song. So next up is... Oh, you're still dancing, aren't you? You don't need to be dancing. So next up is Punchman. Not Punchman. That would be a Mega Man villain. Punchman. Punch Machine. Alright, let's read the story. Alright. So the second song, Punch Machine. After flying north a lot and also a little bit west, Robotprins notices something that looks like a giant present on the ground, and he lands just beside it. He has traveled far and come to a foreign land he knows nothing about. But yet he doesn't fret, cause he really likes presents. Robotprins removes his detachable robot arms as instructed in the note, and walks up to the gargantuous gift with robot pudding still in the form of a compass. Shaka-boom-de-boom! There is a smoke and confetti everywhere as the present blows open. Robotprins is ecstatic, but soon his excitement turns to dread as he hears a familiar evil laugh. As the dust settles, Robotprins sees his arch nemesis riding a terrifying punch machine where the present was just a moment ago. Here's my gift for you, silly robot fartface, Undman proclaims as he turns on his punch machine. A horrible roar echoes through the forest. Dozens of boxing gloves frenetically start punching air while slowly closing in on Robotprins. I am a hero and I fear no evil as I know good will always win in the end. Eat laser, evil dude! Robotprins shouts and runs up towards the jabbing apparatus. But just as he's about to fire his cool lasers, he remembers that he's totally unarmed, and without laser shooting arms, it is quite difficult to shoot lasers. Robotprins doesn't even have time to say, uh-oh, before he is bombarded with a copious amount of blows to his defenseless body. Unable to block the punches, Robotprins is thrown through the air and lands on the ground like a poorly made ragdoll, defeated in an instant. Undman, on the other hand, is very pleased with his machine of punch death and moves in for the final blow with a devilish smirk on his face. With Robot Pudding in compass mode, the once so confident Robotprins loses all hope and prepares to meet his destiny. Is this it? Is this the end of our brave hero? Wow. What a cliffhanger. Let's listen to the song, shall we? All right. Hello, Harry Pot and Tankum. Howdy, fellas. Yo, this slaps. Thank you very much. This one has, well, I think both the first story and the second, or both the first and second song, they are very like story based song. Like, this song was not a song that I like, oh, I want to make this kind of song. It was more, I read the story and then I made a song based on what the story said. So, and I think the first one was also like that. Some of the songs on this album is more, I made them already, or I had been thinking about them before I knew what the story was. So, yeah. Hello, Denver. How are you doing? Yeah, but this one has a nice beat, and also I like the sort of dark chords and stuff, how it sounds a bit evil. It's kind of fun because it's not normally the kind of chord progressions I think about, but it's fun to make them every now and then. All right, let's go to so next the third and the fourth song I will play after each other because it's basically the same song. The third song is just like 5 seconds long or something. It's just a short intro. It could have actually been part of Mechanical Love Fighters. But actually, yeah, no, it's good that I divided them. Anyway, you will see. So, let's read the third story. Mechanical Love Fighters. No, of course not. We still have several songs left on this album, you know. Swish! In an instant, Robotprins is jerked from the ground and saved from the punches of doom. What just happened? Robotprins notices that he is now standing on and someone is standing just behind him. So he turns around to see whom it is. What he sees is nothing less than the most beautiful girl he has ever laid eyes on. She looks like a princess. Or a robot. Then it dawns on him. She is a princess robot. And she literally swept him on his feet. You forgot these, she says, and she blushingly hands Robotprins his hands, as well as his arms, which are attached to his hands. As she helps Robotprins reattach his arms, sparks fly, both literally and figuratively. If there ever was such a thing as destiny, this is. Hello, robots! Stop ignoring me and falling in love! Undman screams as he turns up the punchiness of his machine to max. Robotprins and Princess Robot look deep in each other's eyes and nod in agreement. In the exact moment before the jab from Undman's machine are about to hit, they quickly dodge them and dash in different directions at incredible speed. They move gracefully like perfectly choreographed dance to each side of the punch machine and do some laser stuff so it explodes with a bang and a boom that send Unman flying so far away that no one really cares what happens to him. Besides, the remaining two are far more busy with other things. You know, love and stuff. Yes. Alright, so let's listen to the third song, which will be very short. So that's the Princess Robot theme. All right, so the fourth song, Mechanical Love Fighter. right. So that was Mechanical Love Fighters. I'm gonna read some comments. Hello, games? No, I'm late. Also, sup, guys? Magma says, fight tech with mech. Also, one part where the notes that pluck upwards is different. Fight tech with mech. Yeah, that could be like a cover of Fight Chili with Chili or something. Kari Kari Bacon. Konnichiwa. Yokoso. And Kaiser Panther. Alright, this is my favorite track of the series. Thank you. Good to see you. So, yeah. Well, this song was made for an album. Oh, what's it called? I made this song before I released this EP, like the year before. MIDI. I forget what it's called, but it was a compilation album, and I have to figure out what it was called. But anyway, that's when I made this song. But then I also wanted it to be part of an EP I released. So I made this like the main song for this EP. Hello, Kotaro, and this feels like I can put this into any 8-bit action game. Well, unless I have permission. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm very happy with this song. It's a song that I used to play a lot on live shows. I used to play guitar to it too. Oh, and there is the guitar version of this with on Robotprins Plays Guitar. So that is a thing. Yeah. I remember when I was making this song, I really enjoyed making the intro. It was fun. I was happy with like the chords and stuff for the intro. All right, let's go to the next song. And before I play the next song, I will read the story. Some of these parts are a little bit long, but we'll see how this goes. So here we go. The hunt for robot pudding. So now they are Mrs. Munchieface and Mr. Lava Lava. A story of true love without any problems forever and ever. Or so they believed in that very moment. They walk back together, hand in hand, to where our hero left Robot Pudding. But something very strange is happening to Princess Robot when Robot Prince turns his trusted companion back to Robot Pudding mode. Her eyes widen to the point of crazy eyes and rusty saliva starts dripping from her mouth. She's like possessed. It turns out that Robot Prince's new love has a deep dark secret known to only about a handful of persons, and none of them are half robot, half prince she just met. This secret is that Princess Robot has a tooth especially programmed for sweets, a so-called sweet tooth. This sweet tooth makes her unable to resist any mechanical sweets, and she will go totally berserk until she has devoured the sweet at hand. Oh no! Robot Pudding is in danger. Princess Robot's and Robot Pudding's eyes meet, and our friendly dessert notices from her fiery gaze that something is amiss. She grabs a Robot Pudding with a great frenzy, but he quickly jumps aside and fearing for his life runs into the woods. Princess Robot's level of insanity hits the roof in an instant, and she left without a horrifying... She lets out a horrifying but at the same time kind of cute roar and rushes after Robot Pudding, mumbling something about feasting on robot flesh. Robot Prince just stands there speechless. What is happening? Part 2. Is this the woman I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? She seems kinda crazy. But then he realizes she just wants something sugary to nibble on. But it ain't gonna be our lovable sidekick Robot Pudding. That Robot Prince is going to make sure of. At the same time, deep in the woods, Robot Pudding is running as fast as he can on his tiny legs. Well, on his tiny whatever puddings used to run with. Behind him chases a completely mad, sweet-craving Princess Robot who is slowly but surely gaining on her target. Robot Pudding is overcome by total desperation as he realizes he can't possibly outrun her, and it's only a matter of mere seconds before he will become victim to this lunatic and her incredible toothsome desires. But just as Princess Robot gets in reach of the pudding, a familiar face shows up right in front of her. At first, she is irritated by his appearance that prevent her from reaching her eagerly awaited dessert. But she soon notices something. Her lover has not arrived empty-handed. In his hand, he holds a delicious-looking machine tart that he made himself with nothing but the remains of Unman's punch machine and a whole lot of love. The color in Princess Robot's eyes goes from bad crazy to good crazy, and she is overwhelmed with happiness. She doesn't waste any precious time and gobbles down the cake in the blink of an eye. Robotprins is surprised by her appetite, but is happy and relieved when he sees the madness escape from her face as she breaks into an adorable smile. They hug and everyone's happy. Princess Robot promises to never try to eat robot pudding ever again, and that is a promise she will keep. That was long. But that's the story behind the next song. Let's listen to The Hunt for Robot Pudding.
Sweetness activated.
Yeah, I made this song. I have not listened to this in such a long time. It's interesting. So my friend, when I was living back in Sendai, she was kind enough to record the silly Japanese line I asked her to record. So she was playing Princess Robot's voice in this song, who is craving sweets. And yeah, that's what the result was. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite song ever, but it fits the story, so it was kind of fun to make. Right. All right. Let's go to the next one. And again, it's gonna be a long story. So let's see what happens next in the story. Alright, so error 420N, broken heart. The two lovebirds start to spend a lot of time together and they continue to fight against evil as one. With the power learned of two awesome robot fighters, all of Undman's attempts to cause mayhem are easily averted. It is apparent to Undman that in order to have any chance of evil's success, he has to break the two apart, and he soon comes up with a heinous scheme and sets it into action. On a lovely summer's day, there's a knock on the door of Princess Robot's house. She opens it, but whoever has knocked had disappeared. A shadow runs off in the distance, but Robotprins does not care a bit because right before her eyes is a giant bowl of ice cream made of all different kinds of gadgets and thingamabobs. Thank you for this ice cream, Mr. Shy Guy, she gratefully hollers after the dark figure before she goes to town on the mountain of icy sweetness. Little does she know that the ice cream was sent there by none other than our antagonist Undman. The first few scoops are pure joy for her, but all of a sudden she starts to feel weird. What is this feeling? All the love and happiness she felt since she met Robotprins are fading away and turn into hate. Darkness and resentment has corrupted her once pure heart, and she suddenly finds Robotprins ugly and fart-smelling. But why and how? That I will tell you. Turns out Unman put a tiny robot on the ice cream that once inside Princess Robot reprogrammed her robotic brain into feeling hate against the things she once loved and fondness for the things she once despised. That's right. She now likes Undman and thinks he has a sweet badonkadonk. When he sees the effect of the reprogramming, the villain appears from out of the shadow, flaunting his bombastic butt at the girl. The story is not finished. You likey? He asks. She answers with a firm nod. Sweet potatoes. Well, on to more important issues. I need you to go to Robotprins and tell him about your newfound feelings of contempt for him. But don't defeat him physically yet, only mentally. I want him to suffer as he has made me suffer. He forebodingly explains to Princess Robot. Sure, whatevs, she replies and hurries off to the house of Robotprins, who has no idea of the enormous hurt and suffering that awaits him. Knock, knock. Who's there? Princess Robot. Princess Robot who? Princess Robot doesn't love you anymore. That's who, stupid face. Robotprins doesn't understand what is happening. Is this a joke? Princess Robot's face tells otherwise. What do you mean? What is... I think this is supposed to be Robotprins. What do you mean? What is wrong? What happened to you? He desperately asks. I just don't like you anymore. I find you as appealing as a rotten pile of garbage, the ugly kind. You suck, mister. She snorts as she turns around and walks away. In that moment, you could hear Robotprin's heart break from miles away. His whole world collapsed. Every feeling of happiness and joy melts into a dark sludge that quickly turns into a sharp knife stabbing at the back lump that he used to be his heart. Stop! Don't go! This can't be true! Please tell me this is all a dream! He cries out after her, tears dripping down his cheeks. She pays him no heed and keeps on walking like the princess part of her had all vanished, and all that was left was an ice-cold robot. Robotprins collapsed on the doorstep in despair and a puddle of his own tears. And in a similar manner, he continues to whimper for, let's say, about a week or so. That should do it. I hope you guys are not asleep. Let's listen to song 6, Error 420N, Broken Heart. Yeah. Gonna read a comment here. I think the reverb, if that's what it is, really adds the feeling of loss and denial. Yes, it's a lot of delays, all of which is manual delays. So I adding that helps with give the song more feeling, I think. This was a fun song to make. I started making this song like super long ago, like probably when I was 20 years old or something. And then, but I never finished this. And then when I was making this album, I picked it up again and rearranged it and made it into this. But yeah, this one I feel pretty happy about. A lot of strange harmonies, and like I think I tuned, I don't know how I did it actually, but I tuned like one of the instruments to be slightly out of tune with the other melodies, so when they play together it sounds like it sounds kind of how do you say, well, it sounds like something is wrong, you know. So but that's good, because that's how Robotprins is experiencing this situation. And the middle part of this song was very much inspired by Dream Theater. Oh, hey Eric. Did you hear the song I just played? So the middle part, it was very much inspired by Dream Theater, which I listened to a lot when I was a teenager. No, I just joined. Okay. Well, we're listening to one of my EPs called Mechanical Love Fighters. And as I was saying, the middle part of the song was inspired by Dream Theater, and I made a sort of... I had a theme that was being repeated, and the rhythm was changed, and sort of how Dream Theater would make their progressions. Remember, I did that. Anyway, let's go to the next song. So we're at song 7. Here. Love Beam Conquers All. So, as before, I will read the continuation of the story, and then we'll listen to the song. So here it is. Love Beam Conquers All. About a week or so later, Undman assesses that Robotprins has run out of tears and can't possibly grow any weaker and more pathetic. Now is the perfect time to strike and once and for all finally defeat Robotprins. And this evil man is going to do it in the most painful way possible. Death by ex-girlfriend. Undman gives the command to Robotprins, and on her way she goes to wipe the love of her life from the face of the mysterious planet. Robotprins wakes up, but he doesn't feel awake. He doesn't feel alive. Nothing feels real anymore because nothing matters. He sees the sun rising majestically over the mountaintops and its light reflecting on the morning dew covering the meadows below it. It is a scenery so beautiful it would take anyone's breath away. But Robotprins is not anyone anymore. An empty shell of a man, a void, a black hole. Perhaps is it that he is completely lost the prince part of himself and is left a soulless automation? Crash! Who cares? Someone just broke down the door with an uber-humanly force. Okay, so I think when I made this picture, I marked this part by mistake. Anyway, it is of course Princess Robot. Robotprins, who just a moment ago was nothing more than an emotionless puppet, turns into a concentrated ball of despair. His eyes begins to well up. Please just leave me alone. Don't hurt me anymore. I can no longer take it, he pleads on his bare knees. Oh, I will hurt you plenty, robot boy, she says with wicked voice. Actually, it's Robotprins, he points out. Seems she had his name wrong this whole time. She doesn't care. One more part. Or actually, it's 2 more parts. Shut up, she screams. Seems this will be even easier than Unman said. She snickers and punches Robotprins straight in the nose, so he shoots through the brick wall of his house and far across the meadows. It hurts a lot, but still he feels relieved. He's in far less pain than he's been for 2 weeks. Why this? I'ma tell you. At the mention of Unman's name, Robotprins realizes he is the evildoer behind this whole thing. Somehow, he has manipulated Princess Robot Pure Heart and turned her into a hateful creature that doesn't care for Robotprins or his cute butt at all. And that means that the real Princess Robot is still in there and that she still loves him. Oh, the aching limbs are nothing compared to the joy Robotprins now feels in his heart. He is sure he can return his girlfriend back to her old self. With the power of love! Oops! No time to be spacing out in joyous ecstasy, because coming towards him is the silhouette of a reprogrammed version of a real cute robot babe, and it's slowly growing bigger and bigger. With murder in her spellbound eyes, she rushes across the meadow, raising a fist to put an end to our hero. But our hero is well prepared. He forms his hand into a form of a heart and screams at the top of his lungs, "Love beam!" A powerful pink flowered light builds up between his two hands and quickly thereafter shoots towards Princess Robot in a massive pillar of light. It hits her with great force and stops her right in her tracks. She screams a dreadful scream, almost as if something wicked just left her body. The beam soon dies out and an unmistakable silence falls upon the meadow, and so does Princess Robot. Robotprins quickly rushes up to her and grabs her in his arms. She slowly opens her eyes and sees Robotprins's bruised face. She smiles. Robotprince smiles back. He knows. The nightmare is finally over. "I'm so sorry." Robotprince tries to apologize for all the horrible things she's done to him, but just then Robotprince covers her lips with a gentle yet passionate kiss. He knows it's not her fault. He's just happy that they're finally back together and everything is going to be alright. No! Someone who is not at all happy is Unman, who's been hiding in the bushes watching the drama unfold. He soon realizes that shouting and revealing his position was a huge mistake and utters a quiet, "Oops." "Just like the old times," Robotprince says suggestively to his soulmate. "Let's do it," she answers without doubt. Fear strikes the heart of Undman as he sees that the two coming towards him at a supersonic speed in a perfect synchronization. The next moment, a double-fisted punch hits Unman's face with incredible force, and his body is lifted off the ground and high up in the clouds until it turns into a tiny spark in the distance. The lovers look each other after the spark has disappeared and burst into laughter. Oh, the lovers look at each other. That's right. This is followed by a whole bunch of steaming hot love making. But more about that in the adult-rated sequel. Maybe. Alright, let's listen to Love Beam Conquers All. Hey, Corner Theory. I woke up and this is going on. Oh dear. Yeah, we're probably reacting to the hot love making part, I'm guessing. The fact that Unman went from a relentless dictator to the average goofball villain. Lol. Yeah. I think that was always the idea that he should be a bit comedic. So I like that. It's sort of like Dr. Wily and Mega Man. Like he does all this evil stuff, but then once he's not using a robot or something, then he's just he can't do anything. He's apologizing and he's just a goofball. Great song. Kind of makes me want to have a mango smoothie in the beach watching the sunset. Yeah, it's one of those songs. Just makes you want a mango smoothie. I got another song that would suit that image as well. But not on this album. Alright, so the last song is See You Again. Oh, I want to say another thing. Love Beam Conquers All is probably my favorite song on this album. And I made a vocal version of this song as well. And it's called Beam of Love. Which is also on my Bandcamp. Well, it's everywhere. It's on Spotify and YouTube and all stuff. So there's a Japanese girl singing in Japanese to this melody of this song. So you can check that one out. Beam of Love. Beam of Love. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, let's now read the last part of the story. This part of the story is like, maybe we could have thought a little bit deeper about the ending of the story, but anyway, here it is. See you again. So it all ended happily ever after, I guess. Or maybe not. Apparently Princess Robot gets word that a new bad guy called Buse Boy has appeared in her home country of Princess Land, and she has to go be all Hiryoniski and rescue people and whatnot. You might think Robotprins could just go with her, but no can do. You see, he has booked laundry time this very day and is all out of underwear. He has no choice but to stay behind. They are sad to part, but know that they will see each other again one day. Don't know where, don't know how, they just know it in their hearts. If they wouldn't exchange phone numbers, this knowledge would actually have some logic behind it. But it's too late now. Princess Robot has already flown away into the distance. Let's hope they will meet again and make some more sweet, sweet love. Yes, very deep stuff there. So let's listen to the last song called See You Again. All right, that is the end of this story. Loving story. Yet I was able to make it to the stream, so don't mention the message regarding it. Lol. Yay! Yes, a nice track. Thank you very much. So this track I made to a person that I liked at the time, and she was leaving Japan for a little bit, and so I made this song to her and sent it to her as a farewell gift, sort of. So that's how I made the song, and then I wanted to use it in the album, so here it is. And actually, because I made this song I made before I made Loving Conquers All. So the melody in the middle of this song, See You Again, I made that melody here in See You Again, and then I reused it as the intro for Love Beam Conquers All. And it's also the same melody as in Princess Robot. So yeah, that's how I made these songs. If I have a melody that I like, sometimes I reuse it in many songs and arrange it differently, which is the case for this one. All right, thank you guys so much for joining today's stream. A lot of guys showed up in the end. It started off with no one except myself, and then now some friends and some people who usually join the stream came by. It's nice of you guys. Let me share some. Let's see here. I wanted to share some links in case you want to check this stuff out yourself. So here is the story. If you want to read the story again, it's on my homepage. And if you want to get the album here, you can get it on Bandcamp. And now that I was thinking about it, I actually have a video series of this album where my cousin Alex is reading it. So let's see if I can find it and share this link with you guys too. Here it is. Okay, so wait, should be this. Okay, so here's the link to Mechanical Love Fighters, read by my cousin. Is there something else I wanted to say? We'll check it out. Thanks, Tankem. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for today. I will do another stream next week, similar to this one. We'll see which album I will listen to. Maybe I'll listen to Friend Force, the first collaboration EP I made. That might be a good one. And after that, we'll consider what to do. Okay, so I will end the stream here for today. Thanks you guys so much, and see you next week. Have a good one.